The NRL pathway has changed in the recent years. A six-step pathway has now been implemented. It starts off with Expose, where elite junior players are recognised while playing club football, as well as participate in the Australian Schoolboy Rugby League Championship for secondary school students in Australia, which is held annually. Upon selection, they then enter the second phase, Induct, where the players are selected to play in the Under-20s National Youth Competition. This is where players are exposed to larger viewing crowds and is the major pathway that determines a player's path to the NRL. The third phase is Strengthen, where players aged 20 and or above are selected by a team to play in the New South Wales or Queensland Cup. These state cup competitions are vital to the game in terms of player acquisition and development. The level of clubs playing for the New South Wales and Queensland Cup is of such high standard that almost every club has an affiliation with a team in the NRL and gives many players the opportunity to be signed. The fourth stage is Engage, where players are then selected to play at professional level. Players selected to play at this level are among Australia's most elite and famous athletes, commanding multi-million dollar playing contracts and sponsorship deals. Each club in the NRL has a top squad team of 25 players, which are signed under a salary cap. These players are sourced from the club's corresponding NRL Under-20s NYC, New South Wales and Queensland Cup. At the age of 20 onwards, the players go through Prepare, where they start planning life when they retire from playing rugby league. The NRL has a system called CareerWise, which help players plan for life after sport. This program is delivered to not only retiring players in the NRL, but also players of all ages from elite juniors to state league players. It will also help pave the way for the future of players, making a smooth transition for professional athlete to another profession. The Melbourne Storm, being a major contributor to Slater's success, provided him with accommodation, with weak rental subsidies, money and sponsorships. The NRL provided Slater with coverage including TV appearances and social media. Channel 9 also used Slater as one of the big marketing factors for the game, appearing in television ads and magazines. Slater worked with sport manager Peter O'Sullivan to help greater his reach in the industry, to take him forward through media appearances and TV deals. His profile took off rapidly and he became one of the most bankable stars in the NRL, earning almost $1 million a year from his league salary and sponsorships. Tony Davis from Suzuki Australia selected Slater to be an ambassador for the brand, featuring him in car commercials as well as magazines. This popularity continued throughout his career. Soon later, he was taken the opportunity to be sponsored by Adidas, showcasing its new apparel and participating in campaigns, constantly receiving worldwide acclaim and global exposure. John Ellicott illustrated Billy Slater's autobiography in a way that provides his readers with a clear vision of Slater's life achievements and his successful sporting career. The book captures Slater's life, including his football, his family, and his passions. It tells a story of a man who has grown up with rugby league and embraced the professional spotlight and achieved the greatest accolades the game has to offer. Ellicott demonstrates a clear and concise understanding of sport delivery systems. He provided his own insights into how sport delivery systems worked in the past and the processes he went through when he was an up-and-coming athlete. Ellicott did this to make his readers understand and capture the true events and processes he went through as a successful professional rugby league player that he is today. Through extensive research which I've conducted on sport delivery systems, the areas which I have already known from the past encounters of rugby league includes the newest elements of the sport delivery systems. This includes the 6 different developmental stages in which players have to go through when trying to reach the professional level. The areas which I've learned through the research conducted includes the participation of that only 21% of players make their debut straight from the national youth competition to the NRL. 58% of players played in the NYC and then spent between 1 and 3 years developing in the state competitions before making the NRL. What surprised me the most while analyzing pathway development is that research indicates high player retention and most players transition from NYC to state cups. More than 50% of players play in the state competitions, with only 23% of players make their NRL debut, but not necessarily play regular NRL games. These developmental stages are effective as they are an important component of player development pathway, which provides players a goal that they are then motivated to achieve. Going through each pathway encourages athletes to maximize their potential in the sport during each stage. Although there needs to be a governance framework and state competition committee representation from the NRL, New South Wales Rugby League and Queensland Rugby League that will establish, monitor and enforce consistent standards across second-tier competitions. Second-tier competitions including state cups and NYC need to ensure public relations and brand exposure is maximized throughout the season and include innovative use of media and other strategic marketing tactics. In conclusion, it is important to understand the concept of sport delivery systems because it clarifies the position and role that different agencies and organizations play in delivering opportunities for the growth of sport. The analysis conducted discussed the delivery systems experienced by Slater, paying attention to the format of competitions, major events in the sport, and organizational structures. Further information has been included differing points of view demonstrating a grasp of the sport delivery systems specific to the sport of rugby league in Australia. Slater at a young age was exposed to rugby league at the highest level and played various representative games, which has built him to the professional athlete he is today. The sport delivery systems has changed in the recent years. Slater didn't go through the 6-step development pathway that is now implemented for up-and-coming rugby league players. The NRL, as well as the Melbourne Storm, contributed a significant amount to Slater's success, providing him with various sponsorship deals, lucrative contracts, and giving him the opportunity receiving worldwide acclaim and global exposure. John Ellicott illustrated his biography in a way that provides his readers with a clear vision of Slater's life achievements and the processes and events he went through throughout his sporting career. Here is a list of my references. Thank you for listening.